Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Welcome to another year 2025, and I hope you're doing well, you're safe, and you're excited about this year. And if not, it's okay. You're like me. I'm very calm and composed, not much excited. I just want to do everything with patience, taking my time. Yeah, it should be smooth, calm, and peaceful, right? So, yeah, if you're excited, great. If not, at least watch this transit video. So, let's talk about the month of January, the first month of 2025, and how different transits are going to impact you. You can listen to this analysis as per your moon and ascendant. Oh, that's a massive confusion. Moon or ascendant? Well, you can listen to the transits as per moon and ascendant both. They both have a certain significance. Okay, so you can listen to both. So, what's the theme for the month of January? Well, a lot happening in the signs of Saturn. Sun in Capricorn, Saturn and Venus in Aquarius. So, let's see how they're going to impact you. And then we have Mars retrograde in Gemini. We have a full moon in Gemini this month. So, yes, a lot happening in the sign of Gemini as well. Let's look into that as well. So, let's get started. Let's see how these transits will impact you as per your moon sign and ascendant sign. Let's get started. For Aries, your first house ruler, Mars, will be retrograde in Gemini, that is your third house. Mars brings some kind of a revisit, going back in order to correct something, to make it even better, or to remove a certain doubt, confusion. So, Mars brings going back to a certain conversation, a dialogue with someone to clarify something, or it could be your work, your profession, where you have to redo a certain step again. This is the house of efforts, right? So, retrograde Mars in Gemini also brings a lot of brainstorming, thinking about different options with respect to your work, but having a very hard time to choose something, to finalize something. And this could be anything about your journey, about your current situation. Indecisiveness, confusion coming through retrograde Mars in Gemini. And also brings a lot of multitasking. Your entire focus is on so many things that you're unable to complete one thing at one time. And of course, Mars can lead to confrontation over here with someone, because you also have full moon in Gemini this month in the third house. So initially there might be some indecisiveness, especially not initially but the mid, because the full moon is around 13th of January and Mars will be retrograde in Gemini from 21st of Jan. So the mid, I would say, of the January is a bit about confrontation and clearing your doubts, communicating someone with a very strong confidence. So you have to exhibit confidence. That is the very theme for this month. Even if you're a bit nervous or doubtful from deep within, confidence is the key. And you'll be having Sun in the 10th house in Capricorn. So Sun brings a lot of confidence for you. It's going to enhance your professional path. It's going to give you that pillar, that support you need in your career path. And also, Sun rules over your emotional intelligence, it rules over your happiness. So, there are rewarding times ahead for you. Whatever you are doing, the effort you are making, it will show you a good result and it will be respected. and appreciated by the world. In the 11th house, we have Saturn and Venus in Aquarius this month. So, this brings again that um, growth which you always wanted. Venus rules over the seventh house of partnerships, the public life as well, how you work along with people. And then it goes with the 10th Lord Saturn in the 11th house. So, gain through your connections, gain through your partnership, gain through your partner, romantic partner as well. Someone who is committing to you, to the promises being made to you. So, this is something which reaches to some kind of completion, a promise, a partnership, and you gain from that. Saturn Venus will really bring such opportunities which will be very good in a long term manner. And Mercury in your ninth house in Sagittarius, so it brings quick travels, gaining from quick travels. It could be because of work, or it's just you want to travel, you want to explore different places. So, Mercury brings that kind of travel and it will make you happy. Or travel because of some commitments connected to family as well. For Taurus, in the month of January, Jupiter is in the very last phase of being retrograde. So, very soon, at the start of the month of February, Jupiter will go direct. So there's a great improvement in the well being, in your health as well. Jupiter being retrograde in the first house right now, it is impacting the family life in a great manner, the people who matter to you a lot, and how they value you, how you are being respected. And also, somehow, the tensions are impacting your well being, your health as well. So, there's improvement. There is some kind of success unlocked for you in this particular month, financially as well. The second house is having Mars retrograde in Gemini, and you also have a full moon in Gemini in the second house. So, Mars again shows that conflict you may have with someone significant, or like with one person at least, there is some kind of confrontation which needs to happen, because what you say, what is your opinion, it doesn't align with that person's opinion. Mars rules the 12th house, so it's about difference with respect to the mindset, the very subconscious. So, dealing with someone with whom you have some huge differences, I would say, and the full moon in the second house shows the faith being restored, the faith you have in your values, your talent, your potential, is restoration of that faith. There is a win win situation here. There is success for you. If you were facing some indecisiveness, because moon rules the third house of decision making for you, but the end result will be good, and it also brings some kind of financial gain for you. The only trouble I see is from the retrograde Mars in Gemini in second house, which is about even some kind of expenditure with respect to your house, with respect to a property. A sudden expenditure may happen. Then in the 10th house, there is Saturn and Venus in Aquarius this month, where Venus is ruling over the 6th house and your first house. And Saturn rules the 9th and the 10th. So, this Saturn Venus placement, the transit in the 10th house, it brings a lot of work for you, dedication towards what matters to you. A lot of productive work will happen in your professional journey. Something about now, this particular month, the performance you are doing, it will decide something in the future, a result in the future. It could be about giving a significant examination, or waiting for some kind of promotion. So, this is a very crucial month where your work is being examined, and it will give you long term success. Venus brings that ability to overcome the obstacles And Sun in the ninth house is promising luck. If you have a certain ambition, you will be a go getter. You will do your best to get that work, that opportunity to clear a certain exam. So, this Sun Saturn alignment in this month, in the ninth and the 10th house, is success giving. And I think more than focusing on your connections or people, there is more focus on what you can do for yourself and what you can create in life. And Mercury will be in the eighth house in Sagittarius, second lord in the eighth house. So, again, something about the family life, the home affairs may drain your finances. Or maybe you're worried about someone's well being as well. For Gemini, you have retrograde Mars in the first house, and also you'll be having a full moon in Gemini in your first house this month. So, this is a very busy time for you, and you will be constantly brainstorming, thinking, analyzing different things of your life because you have Saturn Venus in the ninth house, and here Saturn is ruling over the future opportunities for you. And then the Venus is there being the fifth lord. So, fifth and the ninth lord together in the ninth house, which is a great time to just give your best shot. So, again, there's something crucial here with the ninth house transits. There is luck, there's a great blessing from divine, and also um, sometimes we waste a lot of time in analyzing things. But here you will get some clue, you will get some help that you're given the right path and you have to do your best in that direction. So this month may initiate with some brainstorming and thinking a lot and analyzing everything, but you'll find your path. You'll find something solid to work on. It could be a profession, it could be also the matters of love and partnership where you're not having any clarity. So you will make a decision with respect to that, what to do next in life. Because what I see here, what you are choosing is prosperity. You're choosing strength for yourself. You want a strong foundation and you're choosing that. For a lot of people, it could be also a change in direction in your relationships where you may, like for some people, it's about completion, moving in a different direction. For some people, it's also about a certain event. It could be marriage, it could be a certain event, celebration with someone significant. But overall, a wonderful month dedicated to learning, dedicated to taking important steps in your career. For some people, it could be taking important steps even to move in different city as well. You have this Mars in the first house in Gemini. So it just brings that talkative side to the surface. You'll be very talkative, and sometimes you may end up saying certain plans which are not even completed for you. So again, you have to see what are you saying to others, how you express yourself. There are a few things which needs to be concealed, and it needs to be a secret for you right now. There can be a lot of anger with the Mars being in Gemini, first house, retrograde, and then a full moon in the first house. Either there is nervousness and anger, maybe both. And this is a perfect combination of bringing a lot of expenditure of your physical energy, draining yourself. So Saturn, Venus are like the two guides in the ninth house, constantly telling you that you need to focus on what matters for you this month. Mercury in Sagittarius, the first lord in the seventh house. So Mercury shows again a lot of interaction with the people, making certain collaborations or partnerships long term. learning something significant from the other person, which will be very helpful for you. Mercury also will help in your trade, in your business as well, that quick expansion you want. For Cancer, this month you have a full moon in Gemini in your 12th house. So it's time to maybe, take a pause or relax a bit. Whatever you are doing, you can do it with some kind of relaxation. You don't have to hurry, you don't have to rush, because the moment you rush, you will see some kind of loss or expenditure, because it's not just a full moon in the 12th house, but it's also the retrograde Mars in Gemini over here. Any kind of rush, anger, or even a feeling of resentment is going to hurt you more than anyone else. The blessing of having a full moon here in the 12th house means birth of new ideas. Full moon means something reaching to a completion. So a thought, an idea, which is going to give you a great gain. All you have to do is just now use that idea in your life. A certain realization of a truth may happen over here. Something you're trying to understand for a very long time, and suddenly you will understand it in a very clear manner. So it's all in the mind, it's all in the ideas. Whatever you have, try to use your ideas beautifully. But Mars shows some kind of anger, frustration, and you're unable to communicate it. So that may create some kind of irritation for you, because Mars also rules the house of career, and it is in the 12th house in Gemini. So mainly that tension, that irritation comes from the professional path. So a lot happening for Cancer in the 12th and the 8th house. And these are the houses where you have to sometimes patiently wait to see things how they turn out. You don't have to instantly take action if you are in this energy of 12th and the 8th house. 8th house is having Saturn and Venus for you this month, where Venus is the 11th house ruler, and Venus also rules the 4th house in your chart. So having these two planets here, it shows waiting for some kind of success, waiting for some kind of a result at this time. It could be a career decision, it could be even a relationship, because Venus um, does show the emotional connections in your life, while it rules the 4th house, and it also rules the 11th house of networking. So, socializing, meeting people, you may restrict yourself from that, or you may become more selective with respect to the people you allow into your life. Saturn Venus shows waiting for that big moment in your life. You know it's about to happen. Maybe you're in this preparation of doing something amazing in your life. It could be your house, it could be your career, it could be some kind of investment. So you're waiting for that right time, or waiting for a certain result. And with respect to your relationships, as Venus is in the 8th house with Saturn, um, I think the month of January is about learning the trust, where to invest your emotions and whom to trust, and when to protect yourself, not to open up your heart. Learning not to open your heart everywhere with everyone. That's a very strong theme of this month. And you have Sun in the 7th house in Capricorn, so there is some fame, popularity for you, whatever work you are doing. Even it's not connected to your profession, it could be, you being respected, you being given a lot of good energy from others. They see you in a good light. There can be some people who are jealous because of your achievement, because how people see you, because ultimately Sun gets weak in the 7th house. It could be weak because of the competition. It could be weak because, someone manipulating against you, because you have Mercury in the sixth house, which is your 12th lord. So there's some manipulation, some gossip or enmity, which, create that challenge of not having enough confidence on self. So the theme for this month is to do things patiently, quietly, and waiting for that right time, that right moment of success. For Leo, your first house ruler, Sun, will be in the sixth house in Capricorn, and this is the time when you will be overcoming some kind of a challenge or competition. You may face some kind of jealousy with the people, especially at the work front. Or maybe there's some kind of test, some kind of examination, a competitive examination which you have to clear at this time. So indeed, Sun brings competition, but Sun also brings victory, overcoming a certain challenge. This is the theme of the month of January. Sun also shows taking care of your well-being, overburdened with work, overburdened with certain thoughts, impacting your well-being at this time. And you already have Rahu here in the eighth house, and then Sun is going to be in the sixth. So, relationships, dealing with people who may have inflated ego, and sometimes you may also feel disrespected and you may overreact in that disrespect. So, ego in the relationships is a very prominent thing you may experience. In the seventh house, you have Saturn, Venus in Aquarius, where Saturn is about longevity. It's about how long something will stay there for you. And then there is Venus, which is the 10th Lord. So, something about the career path, a partnership with respect to work, or a contract is being renewed in your life. It could be existing connection or a partnership. Something is being strengthened for you with the help of Venus, with the help of this friendship of Venus with Saturn. And Venus also rules the third house. So if you are into a work which is owned by you, it's something of your own, you will see great success in that profession. There will be more growth, there will be more people reaching out to you for your service or whatever you are doing. It will reach to a lot of people. And the Venus is also bringing this time when you can remove the conflicts here. You can solve the challenges in your commitments, in the love. But remember how the Sun and the Rahu will create some pressure on the seventh house. So there is a lot of ego or prejudice which will be there between you and someone significant. It could be also someone who is your boss, because Sun represents the authority. The 11th house will be occupied by retrograde Mars in Gemini, and we also have a full moon here in Gemini. This is the house of growth, networking, how we connect with others at the work front. If you are someone who is in the field of technology or any work which is connected to the corporate world, I think it leads again that competition I mentioned. And you don't have to speak a lot to prove yourself, because you may be you may feel triggered with the Mars to speak out and prove yourself, but your work is enough to prove yourself. Mars shows differences with respect to the opinions in your network at the work front, or maybe your friends as well. Or some kind of nervousness with respect to your work. You may have to go maybe on some kind of interview. You're meeting new people. So Mars brings that nervousness. But full moon here in the 11th house also shows again completion, success in a certain work, a reward for you, and it will make you very happy. We have Mercury in the 5th house, which is the house of celebration, and Mercury is in Sagittarius. So there's definitely a win which you will celebrate. Happiness through children, happiness through the work you are doing. So you will see success. And there is some kind of event which will bring you a lot of happiness. For Virgo, you have full moon in Gemini in the 10th house this month, and moon in your chart rules over the 11th house. So, this is a time when you're reaching to completion of a certain task. Maybe because of your work, you have to travel, you are going on this unexpected event. There's something which challenges you here. It's something which is unexpected, but it will bring some kind of reward, and it will enhance your confidence as well. And a lot of multitasking will happen for you because you also have retrograde Mars in Gemini in the 10th house, and the Mars rules over the 3rd house of courage and confidence, efforts, and then it also rules the 8th house of the uncertainties in life, uncertain assignments, unexpected work, unexpected meeting, something about work which you don't like, but yet you have to face it, you have to work on it, you cannot avoid it, something urgent with respect to your work. But the full moon brings that assurity that everything will be done in a great manner and you will see success. And even if it's not your profession, Mars and Moon, they bring certain urgent stuff in your life which needs to be done very quickly, completed quickly. And you have Sun in the 5th house, where Sun is the 12th Lord transiting from the 5th house in Capricorn. So, Sun brings some kind of victory for you, overcoming self doubt, overcoming some kind of lack of confidence you have. You will remove a certain block from your life which stops you from moving ahead or enjoying what you have right now. But Sun also shows some kind of commitment, responsibility you have to take. Maybe you were avoiding it till now. Because your happiness for Virgo, happiness is ruled by Capricorn, which is about responsibilities and commitments. So the more you commit to something, the more you get thing done, you will feel very happy about it rather, leaving things pending for you. And this is the house of also romantic connections. So Sun shows some kind of ego between you and significant partner. Sun may also create some challenge between you and some kind of a senior person in your life. In the 6th house, there is Saturn and Venus in Aquarius. So Venus in your chart rules over the 9th house, and also it rules over the 2nd house. So having Venus with Saturn in the 6th house shows, again, with respect to work, there is a lot of dedication which is required. Maybe working for long hours and taking a lot of work projects in your hands. So Saturn shows a lot of commitment to important things in your life because Venus brings this opportunity for you, financial opportunity or a great work opportunity. So Venus brings that luck for you, but again, Saturn's connection here makes you work more. Saturn Venus together, they represent harmony and stability in whatever you do. So 6th house transit of Saturn Venus shows whatever work you are doing, the efforts you are taking, it will bring great harmony in your life. This investment which you are doing, even you feel a bit challenged right now, This investment of your effort is going to bring great results in the long run. So for Virgo, the theme of this month is work, I think. A lot of dedication to what matters to you. And Mercury in the fourth house in Sagittarius. So Mercury in your chart is ruling over the first and 10th house. So Mercury shows some distance, travel, moving away from home, and that will bring some benefit for you. For a lot of people, I also see spiritual journey. There's great focus on spiritual work. How Jupiter is in the ninth house and Mercury is in Sagittarius, Jupiter's sign in the fourth house. It will give you a great relief and happiness. For Libra, the first house ruler, Venus, will be in your fifth house with Saturn. So the first lord, fifth lord together in the fifth house. I think it's a time when you are focusing on your joy. Because Venus brings this realization that, okay, I have worked a lot, I have done a lot. Venus also rules the eighth house. So you overcome some kind of stagnation at this time. And this is more of emotional stagnation. That I cannot feel like this, I cannot be in this emotional state for long. So I think the month of January is about celebrating yourself, celebrating your life, and celebrating the success you have attained till now. And the fifth house is also about learning. More than the more than learning, I would say how you advance in your skill. So some upliftment in the skills may happen. You will use your skills in a very refined manner. Your productivity will enhance with the fifth house transits, and it will bring further great opportunities for you. The health may suffer because you have Rahu here in the sixth house in Pisces, and the Jupiter is in the eighth house in Taurus. Jupiter is retrograde right now. So there might be some health challenges which may block you from doing your best. But the fifth house is making sure that whatever you do, how much time you are investing into your work, into your skill set, you will see wonders in your life. Some kind of reunion with a certain friend, a partner may happen. So it's about strengthening your relationships because this is the house of sun. Any kind of immaturity in the connection or dealing with some kind of immature person, I think this will be the end of that connection, that friendship. Anyone who is not respecting your efforts, overcoming the immature energy in a relationship. And in the ninth house, there is retrograde Mars, and there's also a full moon in Gemini. So a lot happening into significant houses with respect to faith, with respect to spiritual path, the luck. So having these ninth house transits of Mars and then there's full moon, it shows sometimes you may feel confused about your decisions this month, that you're not doing your best. Again, that self-doubt I see in the ninth house. Or maybe you will overlook certain opportunities. You may overlook something. It's just there for you. And out of nervousness, you can't see that. So you have to calm your nervous system. That is something so important. And the full moon is bringing luck for you. Full moon is bringing happiness, moments when you can be so happy and spending time with other people. Sun in the fourth house, it will be in Capricorn. Sun rules the 11th house. So Sun shows the disagreement with people who are in authority or disagreement with a father-like figure. Sun shows not feeling very emotionally fulfilled from a masculine figure in your life. It's very hard to deal with this person. And Mercury in the third house in Sagittarius again shows a beautiful way of learning things so quickly. You'll be learning new things. Again, that skill advancement is something so major for you in January. For Scorpio, your first house ruler, Mars, will be retrograde in Gemini. That is your eighth house. And also, you will be having a full moon in the eighth house in Gemini this month. So, eighth house is what? Of course, it talks about something reaching to the end, but also the magical things happening in life in a very unexpected manner. Something worked for you where you had no expectations. This is the blessing the full moon is bringing for you in Gemini. Though Mercury is not a very friendly planet for Scorpio rising people, but Mercury, this month, it will be in your second house. So it is also bringing unexpected gains for you. Quick financial gains, quick financial growth, maybe in your business, maybe some kind of help or finances coming through your family members or a friend or a business partner. So there is quick financial gain happening for you. And the full moon in Gemini in the eighth house is also about something which is a great surprise for you. You'll be very happy. It's so unexpected, but it happened. So it brings a smile on your face. Retrograde Mars in Gemini. Now, it's your first house ruler. It rules over your well-being. And of course, it rules the sixth house of challenges for you. So Mars shows confusion with people, confusion in relationships, confusion with respect to the communication with significant people. Since this is the eighth house, it could be with your partner, a business partner, or in general with someone significant, a family member, maybe. The lack of ability to confront someone. Sometimes, we carry that anger. We are afraid of our own self. We don't know what we will say to the other person out of anger. So I see that kind of anger or nervousness. What if I say something and it gets worse? So you're trying to stop yourself from confronting this particular month. And again, you have to focus on your words. What are you conveying? You have to convey it in a very good manner, not through anger. So emotions are very high this month for Scorpio, but also be very thoughtful of what you say and how you connect with others. And Sun in the third house in Capricorn, Sun rules over the 10th house of career. You will be doing very well. You will be very productive, very confident towards your decisions. You're not going to stop yourself from achieving a goal. Sun is enhancing your ability to trust what you are doing. And Sun being in Capricorn, since it is in the sign of Saturn in the third house, you see limitations from people, how they speak to you, how they communicate to you. You feel as if they don't believe in your potential. And that is the source of anger. But you will lead, you will succeed in your chosen path. And even it's not just about the career, but the overall personality, overall the confidence you have about your actions, it's going to be enhanced. Saturn, Venus in the fourth house in Aquarius. So, this is about a major decision with respect to your home, your family, your house, some kind of a property deal, some kind of a contract. It could be related to business or a property. It's been signed. Major move is going to happen. And it's not something solo or individual, it's along with someone. It could be a partner, it could be a marriage partner. There is some kind of collaboration with respect to the assets, or signing some kind of contract. Saturn Venus shows major focus on something significant. It could be your assets, it could be the house, it could be a vehicle, a major purchase, a major focus on home and stability, finances. For Sagittarius, this month you have Mercury in the first house in Sagittarius. So, Mercury in the first house, it rules over your relationships, the public dealing, it rules over the 10th house of career, and there's a lot happening in the Kendras this month. You have already Rahu in the fourth house in um, Pisces, you have Ketu in Virgo in the 10th house, then you have full moon happening in your 7th house in Gemini, retrograde Mars in Gemini. So the four houses are power packed, and this month is fully dedicated to number one, addressing your own needs, your emotional needs, your physical needs, like your very simple things like your the utilities you use every single day, your well-being, your health, your shelter, your home, everything. So your personal needs are something just so significant. Addressing your personal needs is the first thing you will look into in the month of January with the Mercury in first house. It starts with you. Everything starts with you. It's first you, how you take care of yourself, and then it will reflect on every single thing. Now, Mercury being the 10th Lord in the first house shows there is some kind of upliftment for you, because you have Ketu in Virgo, so it is bringing some kind of indecisiveness in the work, or again, lack of focus, or lack of simply the happiness through what you are doing. So, Mercury brings some kind of hope. It brings a very positive event in the career, and it will make you feel very happy and excited for the future. Mercury shows um, even some kind of travel, and it will make you very happy and excited. The seventh house is having full moon here in Gemini and retrograde Mars. So, any kind of contract, any kind of collaboration should not be done very quickly, because the other person may bring challenges for you. That person may go against your ideas, your decisions. There's a conflict which Mars is bringing because of the difference in the needs, the ideology between two people. It could be your um, relationship, it could be a partnership, collaboration, just maybe you're dealing with a client, it's about public affairs. There's some opposition you may see coming through Mars. And the Jupiter is in the sixth house for you, so already it shows some conflict in life, in the relationships. In this month you will also have Sun in the second house in Capricorn. Sun rules the ninth house, so Sun brings some kind of upliftment in the family life. Yes, it's in Capricorn, but it shows there is some success in a certain challenge, overcoming a certain challenge, or completion of a certain work, completion of something connected to your home, your family, your house. There's a responsibility which you had, and you are fulfilling that responsibility. Sun shows taking up responsibility for finances in the household. And Sun also shows you being asked to do something. You are being asked to fulfill a certain responsibility. And it's hard for you. But anyhow, you will do this. In the third house, there is Venus along with Saturn in Aquarius. So, Venus in your chart rules over 11th house of gains, 6th house of growth, This is the house of challenges as well. So Venus along with Saturn brings long term gain and growth in the finances. Whether it's your profession, whether it's a business, self-owned work, or doing the work for someone else, you will see some growth over here with the help of Venus and Saturn. And also, this transit of Venus over Saturn, it brings a new vision in life with respect to career. What do you want in your professional journey? That decision making, what needs to be done next, that vision will be very strong in this particular month. For Capricorn, this month, the eighth house ruler, Sun, will be in the first house in the sign of Capricorn. So, the start of this month is a bit shaky because you already have Sun in Sagittarius right now, and then it will enter into the first house in Capricorn. So it's a time when you may feel a little underconfident. Maybe Sun is also bringing the very collective of whatever difficult you have experienced in the past, like subconsciously there's certain memories which makes you feel inactive. You don't know what to do. It impacts your self-esteem, but you will regain your confidence this month. You will be in your full power. So the initiation of January is a bit slow, but you will be so powerful by the end of this month and doing your things wonderfully. A lot of planning with respect to career, and not just career but many aspects of life, because Sun shows overcoming some kind of fear, overcoming a doubt, overcoming stagnation this particular month, finding a solution, problem solving is what is the theme of the month of January. Sun shows, yes, there will be a challenge with an authoritative figure, but you will overcome that challenge in a great manner. Second house is occupied by Saturn already, and then Venus will join Saturn in Aquarius. And Venus is a very significant planet for you. It rules over your career, it rules over your skill set, and overall happiness in life. So, Venus adds value to whatever work you are doing. You will do very well in your professional path, and not just that, the overall decision making in life, whether it's how you want to live your life, how you want your finances to be, how you want to improve your journey, how you want to take care of yourself, the food you eat, the clothes you wear, everything. Venus shows the enhancement in life. So there is a lot of enhancement in all aspects of your life. Venus brings the financial gain as well, but along with that, there is Mercury in the 12th house, which brings unexpected expenditure, not just with respect to money, but also with respect to the mind, the thought process. Too much of thinking, too much of brainstorming about the future, about the people around you. Because at one point, Mercury will go through Mula, that is the Ketu nakshatra, Ketu in the ninth house in Virgo. So at one point, you may feel clueless, you may feel overwhelmed with this transit of Mercury. So, draining of emotions, draining of even finances may happen. But the Venus beautifully compensates for everything which is lost for you: finances, happiness. And Venus helps you to see in the future how you can be more productive and creative towards your path, towards your goal. And the sixth house, well, major transits here. Mars going retrograde in Gemini, and also you have a full moon in the sixth house in Gemini, being very active towards your health, towards your well being, making important decisions with respect to your well being. There can be a lot of competition, and that competition may block your decision making again. Getting nervous over something, getting nervous because you had a very difficult conversation with someone, and then you block your own path, you block your own way. Mars rules over your peace, over your mind. It rules the fourth house. So overthinking can block your journey, it can block the productivity as well. And the full moon in the sixth house in Gemini, well, it is about number one, um, celebration of a certain success. It is success in a certain work project. It's success in a particular challenge you are facing with someone, because moon rules the seventh house of partnership, public dealing. It's a very significant house of interaction with the world, who are different from you, the people who are so different. But you overcome that challenge, you overcome a certain block with your intelligence and your speech as well. So, moon brings success, moon brings victory for you. For Aquarius this month, you have Venus along with the transiting Saturn in the first house. And Venus rules over the ninth house, and also it rules over your fourth house. Venus brings success for the Aquarius people. You will see that reward, that growth of the patience you have been showing since a long time. Venus brings the bliss of maintaining your bonds, your relationships in a great manner. Um, there is some improvement with respect to the community, how you deal with people, how they deal with you. There is prosperity through connections in work, in marriage, or whether it's your business. You will see success. But Saturn, since it's in the first house, and it shows some kind of inner hesitation, because you have Sun 12 places away from Saturn in the 12th house. So, Sun shows some lack of confidence, or past wound, past hurt, and it doesn't allow you to open up in a great manner, to have that confidence to open up to the people. But Venus brings that blessing of some kind of stability, restoration with respect to not just the money, but also with respect to the people and how they respect you, how they treat you. The Saturn Sun alignment for Aquarius could be about a deep conflict with an authority, especially the father figure. I might be concerned about the well being of a father figure. But the Saturn Venus shows in the first house, whatever the block, whatever the challenge you are experiencing, you have the power to bring harmony in that area. Your efforts will give you great results. In the fifth house of happiness and celebration, there is full moon in Gemini, there is retrograde Mars in Gemini as well. So, this is enhancing your creativity, it enhances your productivity, wonderful ideas, and um, I think your productivity is the major theme of this month. Doing your best, doing very well in your life, in your career as well. Mars rules over your career, and then it is retrograde in Gemini. So the only block I see is the communication. Like, okay, someone said something to you, so you remember that. With that voice in your head, you are fulfilling your duties. So somehow it creates doubt and nervousness. And Sun is also impacting the confidence being in the 12th house. Full moon in the fifth house in Gemini is bringing some kind of happiness for you, a hope, happiness, because this is the house of celebration. And when you have full moon in this particular house, you literally celebrate um, your intelligence, you celebrate your potential with this particular placement. And full moon is ruling over the sixth house of obstacles in your chart. So being in the fifth house, 12 places away, it's a full moon. It awakens something in your mind. It awakens your mental strength. It brings wonderful ideas. Maybe something you might not have learned um, recently, but something about being very young when you were a child. At that time, whatever you have learned, it will help you now in a great manner. Connecting with an old friend, someone very significant may happen for you, and it is going to bring happiness because you also have Mercury in the 11th house in Sagittarius. So, networking, meeting friends, it's a very important part of this particular month. For Pisces, this month you have Venus in the 12th house. You already have the transiting Saturn over there, and then the Venus will visit the Saturn in this particular house. So, this is about a lot of planning, things happening behind the scenes. It could also be some kind of stagnation at the work front because Venus is the eighth lord and it is along with the 12th lord Saturn. So it's about waiting for that right time, waiting for that right action or preparation of something very big, and it is connected to your work, waiting for that right time, like as if you sow a seed and you wait for that plant, that tree, and it takes time, that process. So that process is shown by the 12th house. It could also be about um, secrets, keeping your plans in a very secret manner. It could be with respect to also how you want to express yourself, not just in the career, but expression of um, how you feel in your relationships, family life. There's something you are not expressing enough. This is what Venus is showing. Because Venus is also connected to equality, like how Saturn is connected to justice, Venus is also connected to justice because Venus shows that equal share. So, something which blocks you and it is not leading to a proper communication in certain connections for you. It could be a bond with your sibling, it could be a bond with a friend, a long term friend. So, Venus blocks you from some kind of communication. You feel injustice in certain aspect of life. But again, it shows waiting for that right moment to express yourself because Venus greatly demands that expression because it rules third house of communication and expression in your life. Now, Sun in the 11th house and it is in Capricorn. Sun rules over the sixth house. So, Sun over here shows um, there's some difference between you and someone who is a senior at the work front. Or maybe you are being given certain opportunity or an assignment where you have to work a lot. You feel it's too much to do right now. This is the house of Aquarius, and Sun is not so comfortable in this particular house because you may see envy people, you may see jealousy, you may not see enough support coming from other people. So, Sun shows overcoming a certain obstacle. You thought you won't be able to face this obstacle, you won't be able to leave a mark in that particular community or network, especially with respect to work. But Sun shows overcoming that challenge. Maybe you are doing your best, but you're waiting for something to happen. You're waiting for that right time because at this time, though Sun is in Capricorn, Saturn in the 12th house, which shows some kind of wait, like a beautiful transformation, but it's not completely visible, but it's happening for you. So, Sun is showing your effort and your confidence, how beautifully you are confronting everything in your journey, and it will bring the gain, it will bring that success. Maybe it's not visible in front of your eyes, Mercury in the 10th house in Sagittarius and Jupiter in the third house in Taurus. Mercury shows you'll be very active towards your work, and not just work, every decision in your life right now. Mercury shows quick work, quick actions, quick fulfillment of certain commitments in your life. Mercury brings a lot of work, but you are completing everything in a very quick manner. Mercury also rules over your mind. It rules over the emotional piece, the mental piece. It rules over the people with respect to your clients, the business partners, romantic love. So, Mercury in the 10th house, it shows certain responsibilities in life to be fulfilled towards your people. So, that is also a theme where you will outgrow some people in your life, your work, your success, and how you are learning so much in your life, your wisdom. You will outgrow a lot of people. This is the very start of 2025, outgrowing people. Mercury also shows connecting with people from far distant places because of work, because of business. There's also retrograde Mars in the fourth house in Gemini. Mars rules over the second house and the ninth house. So Mars shows a verbal conflict with certain people, the loved ones. Mars in fourth house shows this restless energy, not feeling comfortable, not feeling very happy in a certain situation. But there's also a full moon in the fourth house in Gemini, which shows something being healed, restored in your life. You're taking that effort to happen, to make it happen, whatever you desire. Moon shows the happiness, it rules the fifth house. So, full moon shows that um, you will be blessed with new opportunities, you have new ideas, you'll be having that intellect to do great things.